All right, friends, we're talking about Farmer Mastermind today, where we gather together with other like-minded homesteaders, farmers, and talk about the world of homesteading and what our challenges are. And we just wanted to share with you the idea of that and kind of encourage you to think about starting one in your area.
Yay. Okay. All right. So I've seen people say, oh, we should get together in like a variety of Facebook groups. And I've had people reach out. How did you do Farmer Mastermind? How did you organize that? And, I think we are here and want to help kind of create a network of people. I was talking to somebody today and she's joined an organization called Al-Anon. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's for sort of the partners, the family of people who are part of Alcoholics Anonymous. Mm. And she said it's really this beautiful thing because people join it and they, it's an international thing and you get all the support, there's online meetings, there's in-person meetings, and anywhere you go in the world, you can kind of tap into that network of people and say, hey, I'm a member, I'm in town, I need help with this, I could help with this. Like it just gives you this network of people, right?
Kind of like BNI.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of organizations like that, international organizations.
Yeah.
And it just made me think like it'd be really cool if, I already was kind of thinking it, but it'd be cool if we had that kind of like homesteader connection thing, which we do on some level. I think there's like Facebook groups and that kind of thing. But anyway, so I was like, well, let's just open up Farmer Mastermind and help people get those organized. We have set some parameters and like guidelines for how to run them. Which I'm going to write up in a document, and anyone who wants to start a Farmer Mastermind will help kind of step by step what that looks like. It's not really super complicated, but I think there are some things that we've learned along the way that, and some, like guidelines, I think, that have set us up for success with that.
Yeah.
And like longevity, because, we're going on 3 years now.
Is it really 3 years?
Yeah. Maybe even 3.5. And we've built some really, really incredible relationships. And honestly, some of the things that we've done and been able to set up the food club and events and things, we wouldn't have been able to do without the support of those people.
Yeah.
So it's been really meaningful for our homestead, and it makes us feel more self-sufficient, more ready, more resilient, all of those things. And I know everybody needs it. Everybody's craving like actual, real, in-person connections. Those Facebook connections are not real. Right. They can facilitate real relationships, but they're not the real relationship that happens, when you're killing chickens together.
Yeah. I feel like it's just kind of the next phase where like everything has gone online now. What's more rare is to actually get together in person.
And people are craving it, desperately craving it.
And I would say like people are desperately craving it, but I do think there's an element of people that are almost afraid, and not like COVID afraid, but just like afraid of, or not in the habit of getting
it's like a skill.
Yeah. So like, sometimes I'll text someone and just be like, hey, we got Farmer Mastermind, like you should come. And they're like, it's almost like they were kind of waiting for that invite every time, where it's like, you just need to show up, like, I don't know. It's an interesting thing of like where we are in the world now. It used to be like you got together in person and then every once in a while saw somebody online. Now it's like the opposite. Mm-hmm. I would encourage you to think about that and think about the like skill developing of like creating a Farmer Mastermind and finding other people in your area and connecting with them and creating, it's creating community, but, sure. That is like something just like knowing how to butcher chickens
Mm-hmm.
is you need to have that skill. We preach that all the time, but, it's something you have to work at.
And I think a lot of times, and this is actually a reminder to myself, because sometimes I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. But one thing that we are really good is creating space for for community. I think that we've discovered, and we love doing that. We love facilitating and creating a place where people can have conversations and build relationships. And, the people in our farmer mastermind are friends outside of farmer mastermind. So it's not like, they just now are, come together once every so often. They know each other's phone numbers, and, it's become a real life friendship. So, I don't know. I think what most of us are actually pretty good at it. Maybe we're not all good at it. Maybe that is a unique trait, but I know there are people out there who are good at it and who should take advantage of this opportunity where people are in need of this. And so it's like, it's a good way to serve your community. I think one of the things I always tell people about my experience in entrepreneurship is that it has pushed me to develop networks and build community. And that skill is crucial to success in a business, but I think it's success at all. Like feeling a part of something. And
there's that saying that your network is your net worth, which is always like in the back of my mind. I mean, it's not my motive for it, but I'm always like, when I'm building community.
Well, I think your net worth is more than your financial status.
Right.
Your net worth is how you feel. Like,
sure.
What's your value in the community?
Right.
You can be valued in a way that you can't.
It's not a monetarily
measure. Right. So, this gives you just this opportunity to really create conversation space and open doors, that we otherwise would not have had in our community, or that other people may not have had in our community. So, I mean, that's the goal. So what does the Farmer Mastermind look like? It looks like people show up, we'll have anywhere from 8 to, I think we've had 30 or more people at times. And we just go around the room and everybody, shares a little bit about themselves. They share something that they're currently struggling with. They share something that they are having success with. And then they share something that they can teach with the group. And the value that happens in every single, I would say, no matter how many people show up, the value that people leave with is a lot.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I know even myself, every time, there's just new ideas and different ways of, something you're struggling with that you just feel like you've thought of everything. And someone's like, well, what about this?
Well, and there's so many resources out there. There's so many YouTubers. There's so many books. There's so many, even courses and things out there to consume. And there's nothing better than somebody who says, I used this, it worked.
Right.
To go through and weed through the dozens of videos you could watch about chicken slaughtering, or, the how-tos that are out there about how to start a garden bed. There's just so many. But first of all, the people in your area are going to know what works in your area. Like what works to start a garden bed in Texas does not work in North Carolina.
Right. And the fact that what you're seeing online generally is people's successes, but there's something really powerful about being in the room where people are like, this is failing and this is failing and I don't know. And, it's like, we're all in this together. We're all failing. And, it's the reality of this worked, but all of this didn't work. And you get to talk with people about that also and commiserate with that. We just had a lady telling us about how horrible it went with her quail. And we were all like, she started out by being like, I'm not even a homesteader. And after that, I was like, whoa, you're a homesteader if you've suffered the amount of trauma from quail that, she described. So it's there is this element of just community that you just don't get from watching videos online.
Oh, no, definitely. No. So anyway, I mean, the Farmer Mastermind has been amazing for us. And I know a lot of people are seeking that and just too far to come to our actual mastermind.
Yeah.
So we're going to open it up and say, if you would like to be a part of the Farmer Mastermind network and start one in your area, just let us know. We'll send you what it looks like to sort of put that name on your event or your events, I guess, your meetings, and the sort of overview of how they're run, and see if it's a good match. If it's a good match, we're going to create a map that, then we can kind of put all of these on the map, and we'll be sharing that. You'll be on
Yeah.
it, right? And it'll be this cool network that we can create together. And we'll also create an online space that's safe from social media for anyone in any farmer mastermind anywhere that can connect and tap into resources that each of us has to bring to the table.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. I think it's just a little thing that we can do and help everyone near and far and in between. But if you are close, then you should just buckle up and come on over.
Yeah.
Within an hour, we have people come in an hour and a half. So there's no excuse. It's worth it. And we actually are doing it once a quarter. So it's well worth the investment for once a quarter. And then additionally, we are opening up our Homestead Mastermind again soon, which is a more intensive program for people who are really looking to dive into their own property and develop a permaculture holistic kind of map and plan to move forward with.
And that's like a small mentorship program where it's just like, and that's online. So you can be anywhere.
Yeah.
And connect with us and let us kind of guide you along a plan for your homestead.
Yeah. But we're just finishing up the first round and it's been an amazing experience. And I think that everybody leaving is feeling really good about the plan they have for their homestead, the clarity they have and the vision they have to have the right steps to move forward, where to start and what to maybe put off.
Right.
Anyway, so all of these things we're very excited about. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, reach out. You can get us at info@theschoolhouselife.com, or, we're on Facebook and Instagram and all those things too.
All the places, the Schoolhouse Life.
Yeah. And if you want to nominate somebody to start a farmer mastermind, then send them, this episode and tell them, this is you.
All right. Thanks for listening.